Hello, good afternoon. It's a bright picture out there once again, but more of a southwesterly breeze picking up. Nonetheless, that's drawing in some warmer air, so temperatures that bit higher than we saw yesterday. Some evening sunshine, but through the course of tonight we see thickening cloud, perhaps a bit of patchy rain in the mix, and more humid feeling than last night as well. But a very different look as we push into tomorrow. A lot more cloud in general, some bits and pieces of mostly light rain, but I couldn't rule out an odd heavier spell perhaps, and quite a brisk wind too, especially into the coast. Temperatures lower than yesterday, but a more humid feel to things. Then for Sunday we could see some heavy, possibly thundery showers at first, but I think we'll tend to see an improvement through the course of the day. Still some showers early next week, but high pressure builds in after that. Hello, good afternoon. Bright skies out there. More of a southwesterly breeze though picking up, but that's actually drawing in some warmer air than we have had, so temperatures a little higher than we saw yesterday. This evening some sunshine, but through the course of tonight thickening cloud. We could well see some outbreaks of rain for a time as well, and a more humid feel than last night too. But a very different look into tomorrow, much more cloud for our Saturday. Some bits and pieces of mostly light rain, but I couldn't rule out something heavier perhaps for a time, although perhaps most of that will stay in the channel. A brisk wind as well, especially into the coast, and yes, although temperatures are lower than today, it is that more humid feel to things. We could see some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms first thing on Sunday, improving through the day, then higher pressure built in for next week. Hello, good afternoon. A bit of a change in store for the weekend. After the bright weather that we have had, high pressure gives way to weather fronts. We see some spells of rain showery into Sunday, especially at first. They do tend to ease off though. But then high pressure is building back in as we push into next week, and that should settle things down once again. But let's look at the detail. I think some sunshine out there for the moment and into this evening as well. But through the course of tonight, thickening cloud. We see some outbreaks of rain. It's a weakening front. It's not particularly active, but a more humid feel than we saw last night, and a very different look as we push into our Saturday. Much more cloud around through the course of the day, and some patchy bits and pieces of rain, mostly light, perhaps drizzly, but I couldn't rule out perhaps an odd heavier spell as well. A brisk wind too for tomorrow, and temperatures of course a lot lower than today given the lack of sunshine, but the air itself is turning that bit more humid. Now zooming in to look at the picture for tomorrow evening and overnight, you could see a further spell of rain associated with this feature here, and then it's a more showery look into Sunday. At first we could see some quite lively, possibly even thundery showers, but I think generally improving through the course of the day. And then yes, higher pressure builds back in with rising temperatures for next week.